the week again. Prepare yourself for the surveyors of sauce, the sultans of spaghetti, the whispers in your ears. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the What's Your Spaghetti Policy podcast. Now, here are your hosts, Alex and Jacob.
I'm not interested in that.
First 5 minutes just us making weird face like.
But it doesn't do anything for people that listen to it audio though.
Well, it does, because then it's like they get to picture what kind of faces we're making with their minds.
Dumb.
They use their mind's eye. That's the thing for you listeners out there. If you're listening audio only, do you picture what we look like while we talk to each other?
All five of you.
All five of you. Thank you all. Thank you all five of you for listening, by the way. But
I wonder if anyone double dips. I wonder if anybody like listens and then turns around and watches it, or if like I would say that people can only stomach about 50 minutes a week. So
well, according to the YouTube statistics, it's about 4 minutes is the impression rate and the click-through rate. So I think that the odds are it's like they can only stomach 4 minutes of us. And it's like, okay.
Man, that's funny.
I think that's probably like,
I
if
wonder
that's funny.
if it's you like clicking on it and then like bringing it down, like so like two people actually like watch it all the way through, and then like you every time you click it, it goes to it and it like brings it down, brings down.
I don't
the
know.
Average.
I don't know. I know that like I normally when I do watch them, I just toss them on my work computer and just kind of like sit there and chill or whatever. But it's mainly to see like if there's anything wrong with it. But
inflate the numbers.
Yeah, you gotta when you're starting out, you gotta really inflate your own numbers. Yeah, what it is. That's
you're starting out.
Yeah, you can't. I can't. I don't have money to pay a bot to
Let me ask you this: if you knew that like we're edging, right? We're edging.
Yeah, I did. I am right now. I've been this whole time. What do you think my hands have been?
We are edging ever closer to episode 300, and in typical spaghetti fashion, like we've have like no game plan at the moment. We still have a couple of weeks, but like it's one of those. We'll get to it until it's like the fucking week of, because January was the longest month of my entire life,
I think that's fair. Yeah.
And February is basically over, and I feel like it just started.
Buddy, we're only yeah. I mean, I guess we're a little bit over halfway, but it's like, yeah, it's.
I mean, and granted, February is like the shorter month, but it's only shorter by like 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, what? How many days are in January?
28, except for
January.
31.
Is it 30, 31? So technically it would be 30. Yeah, we're only missing 2 days in the month. But for some reason it feels like it's one of the, like it's like 12 days long,
And then like before you know it, it's gonna be March, and then here we go. I believe
Christmas time.
I believe it's at the end of March, right?
It's 7 weeks away as of this episode.
Yeah, that's a lot.
If you're listening to this on Friday,
I have
7 weeks.
I have a convention too that like is taking the brunt of my energy next weekend. So it'll be the first time as a quote unquote a creator. I'll have my own table. I'll be selling like issues of Poetry 1 and stuff and all that, and trying to promote people to sign up for issue 2. Like I'm gonna have a little sign up sheet. So, but it's 2 days. So it's like the first time I'm gonna be like at an actual thing. Once that, it's fine. I mean, there's like a lot of people there. So
you got butterflies yet?
No, I won't have any at all. It'll be more of like, again, maybe that's why I've just never been like affected by like social anxieties or stress or anything, because like I've always got like this objective that's like, and so like I'm just very like blinders off, like, okay, like here's what I got to make sure that I've got everything. I got a bag and board some extra books this weekend, like, I don't have time to think about,
kind of distract yourself with the objectives. Like your objectives kind of like help you not be anxious about it. Like, hey, here are my goals.
I'm not an anxious person though.
I don't think that you have to be. I think it's cool to know that there's at least one person out there that isn't an anxious person.
I mean, my wife has enough anxiety for the both of us. The whole point of that was, if you knew, right? So like we're edging ever closer to 300, but like knowing what you knew now, right?
Yeah.
Let's say 300 comes around, whatever. It fucking this thing tapers off the summertime. You know, it's 311 episodes. We're just like, you know what? We're done. Like, we don't do it anymore.
Okay.
I don't think that's going to be the case. But like,
Not 311. It'd be like
I don't think
313.
that's going to be the case in general. Like, yeah, again, it's just like it's just become a routine at this point. But
Yeah.
do you, knowing everything that you know now, everything that you've been through, everything, all 300 plus episodes, yada yada, etc., would it interest you to start over on another podcast?
You know, I don't know,
Because
man.
like it's great. Like doing a podcast is great.
It's fun. I think that you have to really like we talked about it like a ton of times on a ton of different episodes, but like you really have to be doing it because you want to do it.
Right.
Right. We didn't do this podcast because we were like, yeah, we're gonna make boatloads of money and people are gonna listen to us every month, you know.
Maybe that's why we don't have any money.
Maybe,
Maybe
man,
that's why my
maybe
comic book doesn't make any money because I'm not
we're
doing
not
it for
doing it for the wrong reasons. Like that's the thing. I think
or
that
no, maybe
is
we are doing it for the wrong reasons.
no, that's a good point. You know, because we are in the Americas, and so like we don't have the capitalist grind set with the pod, with the comic book. So maybe we are doing it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
But
Maybe that's but whatever. I mean,
at the end of the day, I mean, would I want to start over on a new pod?
assuming like if you like okay, like you take a month, we take a month,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. We stop. We were like, you know what, we don't want to do it anymore. The passion's not there. I don't want to do whatever. And then I feel like you more so than me would be more gung ho to be like, I need something to do. I want to be creative. Let me do my own weekly weird podcast or something like that.
Yeah,
And
I
then
can see that.
you doing it in your own style, and like you being completely in control, in charge, all of that. I believe that you are more susceptible to doing it than I would be.
I think you're probably right. I think it's the obligation of this podcast is
You just
like
show
the
up.
that like yeah. I mean, I know that you have to like do a lot, but I mean like for you as far as your side of it goes, like it's like you know we've been doing it for almost 300 episodes. Like I you know at this point you're bound and determined to be here until the last episode, no matter what. And it's like a good hangout time, you know, for us or whatever. So I think for me, yeah, I think it would be one of those things where like I'm just like I can't sit still. Fucking hell, let's look up the triad or something and do an episode, a weekly weird episode on them or whatever. I don't know. What's a mob name? Give me a mob name.
Yeah, you can do the triad. That's fine.
Who's the triad? I don't know who they are. I don't want anybody who's still around technically that could murder me. No, I'm not. I'm never touching MS-13. Like they can do whatever they want to.
Are you thinking of the Yakuza?
Yakuza. I don't want to
Yakuza?
say. I don't want to say anything bad about them because I don't know if they're like really real.
It's dude, they're not the fucking candy man. You can say the name. They're not
I don't trust it, dude. I still feel like anxious about just saying the name of the gang that I just said. You know?
Yakuza?
No, the one before that.
The triads.
No, the one in the middle.
Hangar 13?
Yeah, there you go. Let's go with that. Let's call them that.
I don't even
Yeah.
what did you
They're
say?
gonna don't be you're gonna fucking get that. I would correct what you said, but nonetheless,
Was it like the Illuminati? Like you're not supposed to even like mention it, bring attention to it.
yeah, because it's just like one of those things where they're gonna make
but then you manifest a power by avoiding it.
yeah, but I mean also like that's kind of like the whole game, like right, like
Don't
you
play
pick
the
on
game.
you pick on the little guy who like brings up your name in casual conversation, you kill him and make him an example, and then it makes everybody scared, you know.
Does it?
So I'm scared.
Listen, we live in America. We got enough things to be scared about.
Yeah, just chalk that up. Just put it on the list. I'm just gonna have. I'm gonna have like a. I really want a whiteboard so bad, just so like I can write
Start
down a
your own
bunch of.
podcast.
Yeah, just have like conspiracy theories behind me and whatnot, or like fucking. Oh yeah, I don't have like a cork board. Have like a bunch of pins in it.
Let me ask you this.
Okay, shoot.
What you're stuck in a 10 by 10 room.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You can't defend yourself in any way. The only thing you can do is run away. All right.
And it's 10 by 10 room.
Yeah, 10
Okay.
feet by 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's a man with an AR-15
Oh God.
or the most venomous snake in the world. Which
I
is
like my
your
odds with the
scenario?
snake.
Do
Yeah.
you?
Yeah. I feel like because the thing about it, I don't know.
But
That's a good question, though, man. I don't know. What
because
about
the
you?
thing
Like,
is
what do you
because
choose?
like it's not because like in this scenario, like this snake is not obviously like if they hit you in the fucking calf, it's a probably a really quick and painful death. But
Is
but it's I don't think it's quick though. It's like it's agonizing. Whereas like the AR-15, like they're gonna shoot you in the leg, and it's just like it's painful.
Yeah, dude, aim for the head first of all.
Well,
Like, I
no,
guess
that's
if
not
like
no,
I'm trapped with the guy with the AR-15, like, is he just trying to terrorize me? He's just
yeah.
causing as much pain as possible. Versus the snake
Now
who's
it's
just like
become
doing it
like
out of
which one do you think you
self-defense.
could last long enough longer
Yeah,
in?
and then, like then the question unfolds into like, is there a time limit? Am I like trying to work towards a goal? Like, what am I
All
doing
these
in this room? Is
hypotheticals
this my
always,
hell? Like, you
yeah.
know what I mean? Like, is this like just my own personal hell? This is like Dante's Inferno. I've been sent to like the eighth layer of hell, which is just me stuck in a room with like my biggest fear. I don't know, man. I don't. So I guess
These
inevitably, what's
hypotheticals
the
always fall apart because there's so many questions
what am
at
I
the
doing
end.
here? You know, like what is the whole?
Surviving.
I so, but that to me sounds like fucking. I just fucking ended immediately because like it's I go up to the guy with the AR-15. I'm like, hey, put the barrel on my head. And it's like, hey,
No,
buddy, just pull the
no,
trigger,
but
bud.
like
All
there's
you
no
gotta
kill
do.
shot. He's not allowed to do that. It's more about like he just like,
I think I choose a snake because like at least with a snake, I feel like he's just doing it because it's self-defense to him.
yeah,
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 it's not just a guy trying to
yeah.
terrorize me with an AR-15. That's so scary.
I mean, both of them are.
I don't mind snakes because like that's the thing too. How big is a snake?
Well,
Is it a king cobra size? Like I don't feel like king cobras.
nature's a funny thing because like an anaconda is not poisonous. It'll just fucking suffocate the shit out of you, right?
Yeah. Okay. I got. What is your if you
And also,
battle and
and
you
like
know?
spiders, like little spiders are the like most dangerous, most extreme, and then like the big ass like crab ones, they're like harmless. Well, it's
Throw up, dude. Thinking about the banana spiders or whatever the hell they are, like the
right.
banana box spiders. Okay, so
Crab.
what do you, if you're trying to survive in the wilderness against a snake, or I guess no, in a 10 by 10 room with a giant snake anaconda, right? Versus like a king cobra, which one are you taking? Like, which one do you think you could, if you battle it out, it's a fight to the death. Who do you think you can take? Like, which one are you going with? Which room?
I mean, my ultimate goal is to survive.
Yes. Can
Co-
I
Cobra.
outpower?
No, you cannot outpower a fucking
Ah, I
anaconda.
gotta look it up, dude. I
That
gotta see
motherfucking thing is like
how
60 feet long, like
how
4,000
strong
pounds or some shit.
anaconda. I just like typing into Google like how strong and just like only putting certain words and like not putting any what are those
Because
middle words called? Like is. What is that? What is that? What's the technical name for is?
a word.
Yeah, but what's the technical name for it? Like in English. Like what would you call the word is? Now I gotta look up two things. Fuck.
I don't know what you're asking me.
Like what is it? A preposition? Is it a fucking is it a
Oh,
noun? Is it a verb? You know, what is in grammar? I like that.
did you spell grammar right?
Yeah,
No,
because
you
it's filled in
didn't.
for me. In grammar, is a verb, specifically the third person singular form of the verb to be. Okay, that makes sense to me. Yeah, okay. Used to connect a subject to it. Now, this is AI overview, so I apologize. It might be wrong.
It's meant to connect the subject to the predicate.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, the cat is fluffy. So you're basically saying that thing is a certain thing. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So how strong? So it's a verb. I don't need to put the verbs in there, I guess. Very strong. So how strong is an anaconda? The AI is like, they're very strong snakes.
Yeah,
Thanks, Google. You nailed it.
their entire thing is like they just like wrap around you and squeeze you until you turn into paste.
So they can be up to 550 pounds and they squeeze with a force of 90 pounds per square inch. I'm a pretty strong individual.
You are not, dude. You're the same motherfucker that thinks you can
It
take out a bear. I watched two bears fight each other yesterday or the day before, and I wanted to send it to you, bro.
Oh,
You
they're aggressive. Yeah, I know for sure.
you would be gone in 30 seconds.
Okay, a polar bear's bite force 100 to 1200 pounds psi, right? 1200 psi. That's like I can't. I'm dead. I'll give you that one. You win that one.
Yes,
You
I
win that
know.
round. Grizzly bears 1100, black bear 800. So if you have to fight one of them, go with a black bear. Gorillas 1300, bull
Jesus.
sharks 1350. So like I'm looking at these numbers. Anaconda 90 pounds of psi. I'm fucking kicking that
But
thing in the dick, dude. Average bite force of a human is 120, 160. I can take a chunk out of this,
bro,
dude.
bro. You're missing it. The bite of the anaconda is not the issue. It's the strength in which it strangles you, my
Yeah,
guy.
that's what I'm saying. Like the squeeze force, right? It's the squeeze force. I'm not
Dude,
worried
you're
about that. I'm talking about just like out of like sheer
I
bite.
understand what you think you understand is that like, oh yeah, but like again, you're talking about something that's 30, 40 feet, 50 feet long, 500 pounds, and it starts to squeeze you. You are done, dude. You're not getting out. You're
But
done.
is that so?
You're,
I guess
you're finished.
the key to it is to
It's
make
to
sure
don't.
that it doesn't wrap around your entire body, because then it's like 90 pounds a square inch per like foot that
Yeah,
it's
but
wrapped
like
around you. But if you can only get 1 foot wrapped around me,
you're still dead.
buddy, I can bench press at least 165 pounds, which is enough to push the anaconda off of me
It's
for sure.
slimy and it's slick.
They're not slimy though. They're scaly, yes, but it's like they're very like dry.
This month, like it's not a
Put me in a room
garden
with an
snake.
anaconda, dude. 20 foot. I'll let you have it. 20-foot anaconda. I'll fuck it up.
You're so dead, dude.
Because there's no, they don't have any venom to paralyze me, right? I don't know. Did they? I need to actually.
No, they're not poisonous. I'm pretty sure because that's the whole point of my thing was like the bigger the snake, the less like poisonous it is. Same with a spider. Like a black widow is like a dangerous spider.
Yeah,
and
because
it's
like tarantulas,
fucking-
they don't have
Right.
like they're just big and scary. That's
Right.
all it is. Like that's all they got going for them. They don't actually poison anything. No, anacondas are not venomous snakes. Instead, they kill their prey by wrapping their body around it. Okay, yeah.
yeah.
I didn't know if like they paralyzed their prey or whatever. But in that case, because if they did paralyze me, yeah, I'd be fucked. But in a case, in a situation in which I am prepared, I see the anaconda in front of me, and the anaconda is also prepared, fucking uppercutting him right in the fucking face. I'm gonna wrap my hands around his neck. I'm gonna be like, yeah, you think 90
I would put
PSI?
thing that I owned on the anaconda under
Because the only reason it kills humans is because it catches them unawares in their sleep, right? It killed that like 90-year-old lady, and they were like looking for her, and like turned out the family anaconda or whatever it was, like it just like swallowed her whole or whatever. And it's like she was sleeping.
Was that a real story though?
Yeah, it was like a while ago. It was like a long time ago.
I feel like we talked about like one of those in Cambodia or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure it was in a place where like that's common. Like anacondas just kind of.
The thing is like about a cobra though. It's like if you just have like a flute or something, like you can tame that motherfucker and just like smack him.
You think fucking go with video game logic over here, fucking cartoon logic, where you're just gonna start playing the flute all willy nilly, and it's gonna be like, oh shit, dude, fuck yeah, dude, yeah, fucking I vibe with this shit, dude. That's fucking cool, dude.
Right?
No, dude. I don't think that applies here.
What's more plausible? Me with the king cobra
enchanting a king cobra,
or you being able to fucking bench press a 500-pound anaconda?
I like those odds, honestly. I think I think I could bench press. How much is it? Well, 550 pounds. I guess that is a lot of poundage.
Yeah, it is.
I can 100% leg press him off of me, right? Because I know that if I in times of crunch. Like I could do 550 pounds. I might get a hernia doing it, but I can get that shit off of me.
The idea of like fight or flight and like what's it?
Now I won't be able
to called
adrenaline.
Adrenaline.
Yeah, no, I got you.
The adrenaline, like it's like they say a mom can pick a car up off a baby.
I think that's actually been like done before. Yeah.
So
like, I mean, I guess like at the end of the day, like I could probably fight an anaconda. Like the venomous snake, I'm not as concerned with because like. Yes, if I get bit once, it's done. But he only has one chance to bite me because as soon as he latches onto me, I'm fucking ending his life. Okay, we're gonna go down together, buddy. And like he thinks he can just bite me. Nah, dude, I'm gonna bite you back. Okay, if I'm dying with a grimace on my face and you in my mouth. That's what's gonna happen right now. So
there's that one that like if it hits you, you have like less than 10 minutes before you're done.
I feel like there's 100 of them. I don't know. It's like
and they're all in Australia,
dude. That's why I love Australia. I love the people, love the accents, love the music that comes out of Australia, love the didgeridoos, buddy. But
it feels like cultural appropriation.
They have didgeridoos there, right?
Yeah, but they're not the only country.
Okay, well,
next you're gonna
name me another country off the top of your head.
Throwable sport is a fucking boomerang.
I've never used a boomerang in my life.
I have one from Australia.
That's cool, but it's like okay. So, but what was I gonna say?
Didgeridoos?
I'm never gonna set foot in fucking Australia. I don't think I will.
I think it's more so the price and the time it cost you to get there.
Yeah, that's another factor for sure. But like the man o' wars, the kangaroos, the fucking spiders.
Dude, you said you could take a kangaroo, you lying bitch.
I could probably take one, but I don't want to be in an active like a situation where I have to fight a kangaroo, right? I see the one where the guy smacks the shit out of the kangaroo and he kind of just like, I could do that. I get him one good shot and I fuck off with my dog. Yeah, I could do that.
I
There's
don't
also a
know.
woman who pushed a bear off of a fence. I remember that video. So
Yeah, I remember that too. Anyways, after 25 minutes of animal fucking violence,
hell
I
yeah,
guess.
dude.
There's plenty of studies that point to being
Hello there. It's time for the executive producer shouts out. Just want to thank all these people. Bring it in. Come on, bring it in. Bring it in. Just want to thank all these people that are hopefully scrolling down the screen right now. Just want to thank all of them for contributing to the Patreon. You can find us over there at patreon.com/spagpolicypod. We just launched a new podcast, a Patreon exclusive podcast. So feel free to. Oh, sorry. Forgot they're still scrolling down the screen. There's a few of them this time. But just got a new pod out. It's a first episode in the can. We're doing a review on the movie John Wick. It is the Movie Spaghetti Club, Patreon exclusive. For only $5 of your discretionary income, just any income that you have laying off to the side. Maybe you're like, man, I don't want to get a latte this month, but I want to use this $5. Hey, you can get access to the movie club, the Spaghetti Movie Club podcast episodes. For $10 a month, you can even record with us and select the movie, as well as just hang out with the boys and record a review of the movie. So, hey, thanks again to all these fine people who are scrolling through again. Man, there are quite a few. Now, but yeah, that's all I've got. Just a short little, hey, thanks guys. Thanks so much for, thanks. All right, everybody, I'm going to head out now.
in it and being, routine and how it like is better for you as a human being. Especially like when you have a child and like especially like a baby, like setting them on a routine and get them very like structured and like schedule oriented, like it's beneficial. Um, and I've always been a very schedule oriented person. Now that sort of got amplified when I married Christina, who is like a project manager by nature. So like everything is very thought out, very planned, very like communicated. Hey, we're doing this, and this, and it works and it helps. But I think like from the ages like 16, I don't have any math behind this, but this is my own experience. But from the ages of like 16 to 25, you're sort of just like going, right? You just go and like, cause you're in school, you've got like a part-time job, you're spending time with friends, you're going to parties, you're doing this, that, and the other. Like, there's no time to dwell in the like nothingness. Like when you have nothingness, it's because you're sleeping in on your day off or you whatever. You know what I mean? Like, there's just like a weird switch that flips, obviously, when you have kids. But then like for me, oh, this is all going somewhere. For me, like I think it's because I have been able to sort of mitigate the chaos in my life. And so I've never really experienced just full blown like anarchy. You know what I mean? And I wonder if because of that, the idea or like just like being as structured as I am more so in the fucking monotony and the mundaneness of like everyday life. Like everything is just like, Monday through Friday, like this, that, and other. And even to the point to like with us, like it's like, okay, lunch, we play hunt, or like, Wednesdays we do this. Like Mondays I take, Zoe to gymnastics. Like, anyways, all this to say is like, I kind of fucking get burnt out.
Yeah.
Like, and I've felt that rut kind of like more so, and maybe it was just because January was just like the longest month of my life, but I've felt to be in that rut more so lately than normal, or maybe I'm just more focused on it because like I have seemingly more time being on social media less. I now have that
Like 5 extra 10 minutes or 5 or
not
10
even it's
minutes.
more than
Like
that. I
it's
just
like,
have like a more of a cognizant like because like I'll walk the dogs every day, right? And so I didn't walk the dogs yesterday because it's rained for like 32 consecutive hours. It hasn't fucking stopped. And so
Yeah.
today I just walked the fucking dogs in the rain.
Yeah, dude.
And so I was just thinking, like, it's more so where like there'd be days where I'd wake up and I'm kind of grumpy. Now it's like a week. Like I told you, like last week, like I was in a really good mood like all last week. The week before, I was in a really fucking shitty mood like the whole week.
Yeah.
And I bet if you talk to somebody who's had that chaos in their life for years, like, whatever it was, drug addiction, alcoholism, you in and out of therapy, like like you throw in some sort of like just like thing that gets amplified, and then they're finally able to like pick up their pieces, and then they have a more structured, I bet that their view of it or their outlook is a lot different. And it's not to say that I want chaos, right? And I think that's one of the things that I love so much about doing my comic book, is that it is different, right? It sort of breaks up the fucking everyday monotony of life, because I wouldn't change it, right? But I think there's that internal struggle that I always have of like, a job's a job's a job's a job, right? And then like I'm still dad and I do all these other things, but it's just like, as much as I like doing the things that I do, reading comic books, playing games, watching TVs, whatever, like I feel like I need a new hobby or something to sort of break up. But like my problem is much like yours. If I can't casually do something.
Yeah.
I go full bore into something, and I just feel like,
And you have to do like the 12-hour lore dump on YouTube, like, oh, what's this new? Like, if I'm gonna get into like knitting, I gotta figure out like all the different like
100%.
techniques and like shit like that, and like, oh,
this is why I'm like an adamant that I won't do like Warhammer. Or
there's like materials, like, because you need like with Warhammer specifically, it's like they're very, from what I understand, there's a lot of them and they're a lot of money, and it's like a lot of time, and the paints and the techniques and the videos.
I'm too much of a perfectionist in that point too. Like I know that like the first couple ones I do will be ass, and then I'll just like never want to do it again. And
that's, buddy, that's but you're dipping into like ADHD territory there.
I know, I get that too. But
yeah.
Do you ever experience that, or has your stuff sort of changed more so now that you are on medication, you've been diagnosed, you're aware of all these things, and I would say that your life is a lot more structured and organized than it was previously. How do you feel coming from that into the thing? Because we can be honest here, your life was kind of chaotic. It was chaotic for me, being your friend and being like, bro, I told you this 2 hours ago. How did you forget?
I mean, like, I still forget shit. Don't get me wrong.
But you're more aware of stuff now. Like you have a journal, whether or not you use it every day. You like mark stuff on a calendar. You wake up. You go to the gym every fucking day, like 4 a.m. You've been
gotta make
more
sure
disciplined.
I get it. Yeah. I mean, like, it is one of those things where I think medication has definitely helped. Like, it's still, like, I still have moments of chaos, but a lot of the time it's like, like it's a lot more structured than it has been.
Sure.
So, and I think that that's definitely helped. I'm very much so a creature of like, of habit, like getting into the flow of things. I think that like the main way to stick with things, and this is just like a personal preference or a personal thing where I don't know if it applies to everybody, but like for me, what's worked is like, if I want to stick to something now, I have to make sure that I can fit it into the schedule at least for a little while. That way it gets built into the routine essentially. Like, I've been trying to practice art more frequently just for shits and giggles, not like to like go make a living out of it or whatever, but
well, you're doing it wrong.
I mean, yeah, again, I'm just doing it for me, and it's the problem. But like, I've been trying to make sure that
I have any self-fulfillment until you're like 68.
Yeah, I know, dude, man. I'm trying to like, I guess I shouldn't talk about it out loud because then like the government's gonna hear and they come after me. But like, I've been making sure at nighttime, after I get done like with the kid stuff or whatever, I'm like, just scribbling some art down, like maybe drawing from a reference picture or whatever, just kind of doing some shit for fun. But I think that it definitely helps with the doom and gloom being on a structured kind of thing, and like not,
But I am very structured, and I am the doom and gloom.
I think that a lot of it too is you were talking about like whether or not it's something you're just paying more attention to now, and I think that might be the case. Because I remember, like, we definitely go through ebbs and flows of like, shit sucks, like it's just like a doom and gloom kind of day. Like definitely the rain fucking blows.
Doesn't help.
Anytime
And
there's a gray sky.
I don't mind the rain, but like when it's shit like this, when
I don't like 2 to 3 days of consecutive rain or gray skies.
dude, it's not a joke. I mean, I
Yeah.
think it may have stopped for about less than 30 minutes earlier, but it's just I can't even let my dogs outside without putting them on a leash, and like they're pissed off. Like it's
I don't
just
know how people in
everything.
Seattle do it. I don't know how people in the UK do it. Like I don't know how you guys deal with this like for 2 to 3, 4, or 5 days every day out of the year. Like
Well,
it's
they're
like
depressed.
And I can understand why, dude. Seasonal depression is real, dog. Like, and it's like not having that sunshine, not having that sunshiny, like, vitamin D on my face, You know what I'm talking about?
Isolate that.
Yeah, dude. I like a good vitamin D on my face for sure. But, yeah, I think that it has definitely helped me. Like, I do get times where I'm like very nervous about getting back into like old habits, you know what I mean? Like I'm very much so trying to stick with calling them lifestyle changes, just because like it has helped my mental health like tremendously, being off of social media, and kind of filling the gaps with like structure and like working and like doing things that I want to do versus like just doom scrolling essentially. So
Yeah, I mean, I just think that like because it like hit me more so. It's just like, man, I'm just so like I mean, I guess burnout's the best word to use for it in terms of like I wake up Monday, okay, I got to do this, all right, whatever, blah blah blah, and it's just like everything is so like and I don't necessarily want like like a wrench in the cog. Like I don't necessarily need that as much as like I don't know. I think it's just the product of the environment. I think it's just because like it's all I've done since I was 16 is fucking work.
I think,
Fucking
yeah,
work,
I do
dude.
think that the burnout, calling it burnout, yeah.
I'm 35, and like I still think about like perpetually like 10 years ago how absolutely different my life was.
Absolutely, yeah.
And Zoe was born when I was 27, and so that's like that was the end. Not the end in the terms of like it's just like my new life started at 27.
Yeah, because you
Like,
gotta like you have like a responsibility now, like a legit.
yeah, because it's no longer just about me or just me and my wife. Like I have the responsibility of another human being for the rest of my life, even when she's like my age. Like she's still my responsibility.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, but like I don't like I went to the office today and I was like, and it's just like a fucking waste of time. It was a waste of time.
Dude, offices.
But it was
suck.
different, right? It was different.
Yeah.
Like it was different. Like I hadn't been in the office in weeks, and so I was like, okay, like I'll go in. I was the only motherfucker there. And I was like, this is stupid. I'm gonna go home.
Yeah.
I'm going home at lunch. This is dumb. So like I don't know. Like I don't think it's like depression. I mean, maybe it's like a form of it. I don't think so. But like mine is just more so like I'll get to a point at like 2:30 in the afternoon, and I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like I physically don't want to do this anymore. Like I'm done. I'm done working for the day.
Dude, I have been hitting that too. Like, where I just I do all my work in the morning. I get done with my like all the stuff that I need to do, probably like 12, 1 o'clock or whatever. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't feel like doing anything. I'm shrugging for those audio any long
Right.
listeners. So,
Did you forget?
yeah, I did.
But like I don't know necessarily what like and that's the thing too is like I don't necessarily want new hobbies because I feel like I can't even give the hobbies I have all of the attention I want. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like, at the end of the day, like I've talked about it, at the end of the day, I have an hour and a half, maybe 2, depending on hockey or basketball or whatever, or this podcast. So like I end up having like 5, if you don't count lunch hunts, right? I have like 5 hours of me time in a full 7-day.
And then you get hit with like choice, like, is it choice fatigue or like overload of choice basically, where it's like,
Yeah.
that's what happens to me a lot of the times, especially like here
Is that
recently.
why you go to bed at 8:30?
I mean, not just that, but I'm just talking about like I get in these modes where you're literally paralyzed by choice. It's like I want to play games, right? If I'm not playing Hunt, there's like
I've got like 4 different games I want to try or I want to play or whatever, and it's just like, or I want to, I want to work in something new to my schedule, where it's like, I want to practice art during the day, or I want to like, do this thing for the pod, I want to do this thing for the Patreon, I want to do this thing, you know what I mean? Like, and it's like, I'm just like, I can't, I don't know which one to go with. Like, where do I spend my time? This is like,
Right.
I got extra time here during the day. Like, what can I do to improve myself? Even like, it's like, I don't know.
And then, and especially, I feel like you can relate to this too. Like, you have to be in that complete mindset, in the mood to play a Baldur's Gate. Like, it's not something
Yeah.
like there's the desire of like, I want to play Kingdom Come or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
For you. But then it's like you sit down to play it and like your computer doesn't work. Fucking something else in the game fucking pisses you off, and you've 30 minutes and you're like, I'm not having a good time. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
And then now and
you've
now,
wasted 30 minutes of your time, and you're like, son of a
then
bitch. Like,
yeah, right. And that it's
I don't know,
man.
man. It's I don't,
Yeah. And like I honestly like I don't want another hobby. I don't know. It just happens. It just happens.
But-
It might be the rain. It might be.
It is. I think that the sun comes out tomorrow. I'm gonna be in a great fucking mood. So I'll record a little message and slip it into the podcast somehow. But it's like, I'm good. I'm good now, guys.
Are you still doing Magic the Gathering?
I'm working on it. I go in, like talking about
Phases.
like phases or whatever. Definitely one of those things. Like I think that's 2025. I'm trying more of a picking. If I pick something up, sticking with it for more like a longer time. Like in 2024, it's kind of like with running and working out. Like 2025, I want to do that with like other things where I don't just pick something up and drop it within a month. But Magic, I'm still kind of in and out. I've got my 4 decks that I bought that like starter decks or whatever. I tried, got a few extra cards here and there. Like I'm trying to build decks or whatnot, but I need to
You
like,
just have an aversion to spending money.
that too. And like that's the whole thing. It costs money, dude. It's like, just give me.
Don't they sell like Magic cards at McKay, like singles?
I mean, probably, but I don't want to like fucking. I want to open the packs. Get that dopamine
You want to do
hit.
you want to do the breaks.
Yeah, I want to break some cards.
There's
open.
nothing worse than like the things you look forward to getting a dopamine hit and then you feel nothing when you do it.
That happens, dude.
That happened to me recently with a toy that I bought, and like I was excited for it. I was like, oh my gosh, it's coming, and then I fucking opened it and I felt nothing.
What was it? Which one was this?
It was that polar bear.
Oh yeah, okay.
That was more different. That was more of like I call it research purposes.
I think that it's like one of those things where you had visions of grandeur for what you could do with the polar bear, but then you get it and you're like, fuck.
Well, I bought it more so as like a piece to have at a table or like as a proof of concept of something.
Mm-hmm.
But even still, like when I opened it, I was like, I could have just not done this.
Damn, dude. That's
almost buyer's remorse in that sense.
that
but
is
like,
yeah.
But I bought it again. Like it's sitting on my shelf and it's cool. But like I got it and immediately started critiquing it of like what I would do differently as if I'm some fucking somebody. I'm like,
You
okay,
are
like,
somebody to me, dude. Don't worry.
and like I don't know, and then maybe it's just because I went in with the intentions were not out of like joy, right? It wasn't like when I got those, because I've been collecting those Joy Toy Ninja Turtles that you can't get in the United States. So like maybe that's part of the thrill too. They're fucking awesome. They're like 4.5 inch. They're like the craziest fucking things I've ever seen. They're so fucking cool. They're gonna cost me more money now the fucking tariffs are going through, but whatever.
Hey, yeah.
Because like that's a thing too that, and I've talked to Mike about this. Shouts out Mike, you look good in that shirt, about collecting in general. Like, Moon Knight's my guy, right? So like, if you count this the stuff that came out literally today, I have everything. I have every mainline comic book
For Moon Knight.
everything.
Yeah.
And I have a bunch of like spin-offs and appearances. I don't have all appearances because that's fucking crazy talk, but like literally just Moon Knight specific. So then like what do you do when you finish that, right? Okay, then you move on, and then like now I'm doing like some Ghost Rider stuff, and then but like when you finish a collection versus when a collection gets finished for you, meaning so I was doing the Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat stuff for a long time, and that was like my big like fancy like expenditure like in the toy world, right? Because like I'd set up and I have this nice cool diorama displays like Mortal Kombat I love, whatever, and then like the license gets taken away. So like not only do I stop, but like I don't pay attention to that brand anymore, and then it feels incomplete because the roster's not done, but like they no longer are going to make them anymore. And then like there's just like a weird emptiness. There's a weird empty feeling, and like what do you do? You know what I mean? Like I know this
the only
doesn't
way
mean
I can
anything.
relate to that is like finishing like a good show or a video game or like a book that like you get to the end of it and it's like I remember reading what was it? It was a manga. It was really good. Got all the way to
So good you forgot the name.
so good. I forgot the name, dude. It was that good. Left that much of an impression. But you get to the end of it and it's like, fuck, you know, like I'm never gonna feel this good again in my life. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of like about that media, of course, that medium or
Right.
whatever. But it's just like I don't know, like what immediately start searching for something else. I guess I don't know.
I
Or
mean,
just
that's
be
the
depressed
thing.
for a couple of days or a couple of weeks.
But like, so all that to say is like, all of that went into doing the Joy Toy Ninja Turtle stuff, which is like cheaper in the long run because they're only like, they're like 2/3 cheaper than like what those like Storm was, but like then you have to pay import fees and all that stuff. Anyways, but like that's just like another thing about collecting, and like Nate does the same thing, and like I go through phases where like I'm like I don't want to do this anymore, like I'm done, it's too much, or it's not enough, it doesn't come out frequent enough, whatever, or I just like simply lose interest and I'm like I'm done, and then you have to work off selling it, and it's just like capitalism, man.
You know what's really cool though?
What?
That background you got going on there. It's pretty
Thank you,
sick. It's
sir.
pretty sick. I keep looking and it's like I'm assuming that like spoiler alert, that's Santa Claus, right?
It's Chris.
Sandy. It's old
Santa
Sandy
Claus
right there.
copywriter.
I'm just wondering like how we got the textures under the eyes is what
Santa
I'm
Claus
wondering.
is trademarked.
Oh, there's a fucking way Santa Claus is trademarked, dude.
Bro, Yeti coolers is fucking trademarked.
That's Yeti coolers being trademarked. I'm fine with, but the term Yeti,
No. Sorry, Yeti.
that's fucked. It's the
Yeti is-
literal name of a
Because they wouldn't be the
creature.
Utah Yeti coolers. They would be the Utah Yeti. And they can't because of the fucking trademark.
I say take them to court. They can't trademark. Then it's like that's like me
Actually,
saying
I'm just fucking with you. I don't actually know if Santa Claus is trademarked.
I
but that's
know.
no.
But I mean, it's like me saying Sasquatch. You can't name anything Sasquatch because I coined the term. You know what I mean? Get the fuck outta here.
Canonically, in the Polar Destroyer universe, his name is Chris.
Okay, sorry.
With a K.
Captain Chris over there. Fucking looks cool. I'm just wondering like the textures and how he got them. It's pretty sick. So
There's actually a lot going on in this fucking panel that is more than that meets the eye, right?
I mean, yeah, I would assume. Yeah, it's kind of like you always had these little things that you do where you like, like you guys,
Dude, I try.
fucking
That's the thing.
yeah, you fucking eventually somebody will notice this, and they never do, and it's like I feel
Like-
bad because I didn't notice it, but I'm dumb, so it's like it's
There was-
wasted on me.
Dude, I forget what it was. It was something with issue 1 where like I flat out.
Yeah, you like showed people the book or something like that. It was like
Well, I said like 3 things on the podcast and no one caught it.
that's
And it was
right,
just like-
and it was a spoiler to like what happens at the end of the book, and
Because
like
I was like, wouldn't it be funny if like this? And I just said it so like nonchalantly. And of course, like that was for like an audience of like 10 people.
yeah, we
people
just
who
yeah.
So obviously, hey, listen, if you're listening to this audio, come on over here to this YouTube, check
And
it
you
out.
can see
I mean, people have seen it.
That's what I do sometimes. I'll listen to audio only podcasts and like and then like whenever they do something crazy or whatever, like let me see what they did, and like go to flip over to the YouTube videos version of it. So
I mean, I guess a little updates. Like it's been worked on, making more progress than we had like the last month because I think things are sort of slowly getting back on the tracks.
yeah,
Sent out the thing today of an update, so people getting to vote on how a certain character dies. You get to part of that survey was an exclusive first look at that. So we're just doing fun things, man.
I think it's gonna be really cool whenever we buy Cuba though, and they can be a part of the U.S. It's gonna be sick. So since we're just going around buying countries, but it's whatever.
No, yeah, I mean, yeah. That God, don't even start me. Don't.
You know what Shelby noticed whenever she opened her Apple Maps today? Yeah, I fucking hate everything here. Is what we noticed today on the maps. So
Yeah.
God damn it, it's so dumb. They've renamed it
where our
again.
boy,
Totino's Pizza Roll. Fucking
Out there where our boy Ben lives, there's a thing called the Gulf of California, I believe, and so Mexico, and it's like close. It's close to Mexico, so Mexico has a chance to do the funniest thing and just to like rename it the Gulf of Mexico.
they can. Fucking well, I guess they can't because they don't own the company. The company isn't in Mexico. They can just change the name of shit. So I mean, we are living in. I think I said it.
It's not even like funny anymore, dude. It's just like
sad. It's like you're watching the saddest show of all time.
If somebody gets a hold of this and they're just like, if you're a hardcore like Trumper, right wing, whatever,
how did you get here?
And then, well, yeah, first of all, but like if you get a hold of it and someone's just like, well, what do you mean? And it's just like, how does renaming it put any goddamn money in my bank account?
Yeah.
It doesn't, and I don't fucking care.
Hey.
How does it make groceries cheaper? It fucking doesn't. So I don't give a shit.
I don't. It's the thing, man. Everybody
It's
was
very
like,
much like you're like a fucking cat. Let me jingle this goddamn bell while I steal everything from you. You know what I mean? Like it's just that sort of shit that I'm just I'm actually fucking tired of, dude. I'm just so
exhausted, man.
And like I think a lot of that is has attributed to the burnout, and I think honestly another part of like I'm on the up because like I was just getting really frustrated with everything and like it wasn't anything in particular. It was just like everything just like this is so little. Like again, like I talk about, like, I'm great in those really like high pressure situations, but when it's just like these little things, it starts to build up and then it just fucking burst, you know what I mean? And so I think that's part of where it was.
I know what the problem is, dude. You've been edging this whole time, my guy, since the beginning.
I don't have, $100,000 to do what I want to do.
I don't have fucking $100 to do what I want to do, man.
That's
fucking,
another one.
Goddamn, just give me. Everybody talked about how good this guy was with the economy, right? Fucking, they give me $1 million. I want to be rich, okay? I can look over a lot of bullshit, a lot of dumb shit that you said. If you give me $1 million,
sell your soul, basically.
Hey,
sell your morals.
Ain't doing shit for me right now, buddy.
Right?
Because it's like
causing you angst.
Yeah, dude. Fucking give me a meal, baby, and I'll go. I won't even say anything anymore.
Would you wear a MAGA hat?
Never.
So you
still
have
morals, okay? You can say all the dumb shit you want. You can be as racist, be as stupid, be as against women as you want for $1 million, but I draw the line at wearing any of your stupid fucking merch.
I have two Caps hats, right? I have the one that I wear a lot, which is it's a black and like
the Screaming Eagle one,
and then I have a red one that I won't wear.
Yeah, because that's the thing, dude. They fucking. I think somebody said it before. A comedian said it before, but they ruin red hats. Yeah, they absolutely ruin red hats.
And there's like no way to mistake it unless you see it from behind. And I will not fucking wear it.
To be fair though, I don't wear red to begin with, so. Because
you wear red every day, buddy. Look at that.
Oh shit, I'm wearing red as well right now. I'm talking about hats wise, because it would just look stupid.
Your head's red, man.
I looked at that stupid fucking Tubi commercial I keep seeing with a fucking stupid ass skin cowboy hat. I just want to fucking kick the TV every time I see that stupid fucking commercial. It's this new stupid fucking ad I see all over the place where like it's about a country boy and he's like he's got a 10-gallon hat, but it's literally just his skin, and I hate everything about it. I'll put it up on the screen for those YouTube video watchers, but. It's atrocious.
The whole point about the Magic the Gathering thing.
Oh yeah, like what was the
whole point of that is like, I have lived through a lot of things that I love that get picked up and ruined.
Yeah.
All right, we won't go down the exhaustive list because it's long. You have experienced it a bit with One Piece, right?
No, I mean,
dude, whatever.
You'll never be able to ruin One Piece. But the show is fucking atrocious. The live action show is atrocious. And I don't care who enjoys it. You can enjoy it all you want.
I'm still gonna have my opinion of it's
Hey, I
fucking.
see him up there in the corner, right?
Yeah, that's Luffy up there, dude. It's Luffy over there. You got Zoro, Roanoke Zoro right up there. You know, like, but
So are they pirates?
yes, they are.
Okay. Anyways, I don't want to get into the whole lore dump. It's just that like you've experienced it though. Like you felt it where like people, whether it's jokingly or not, people will bring it up in conversation to fucking irritate you, right?
I mean, yeah, I mean,
And there are people who legitimately like it.
yeah,
Same thing with me with Moon Knight.
which is
little
fine.
different, but
Which is
same.
fine. You can like it.
whatever. Yes, but like again, like I would say there's more people that are aware of the live action One Piece on Netflix than there are people who read the manga to begin with.
And it's upsetting that they liked it so much, and I don't understand.
Thank you, sir. Anyways, the whole point of that is now are you an MTG guy? Like would you say that you're I don't think you're as much as one as like Tim is.
Probably not.
Shouts out, new
Yeah,
executive producer, Tim Bland. But they have now Legendary Entertainment has acquired the rights to make a Magic the Gathering TV and film universe.
Buddy, good luck. From what I know about the Magic the Gathering universe, and it's pretty extensive because I did go into a big lore dive, and it's like 2 or 3 hours worth of videos. They have issues. They have.
And we also know that the Wizards of the Coast are not exactly the best these days.
No, and they've just speaking on the videos that I've watched from people who are way smarter than I am and way more into the lore. It's like the lore has taken a huge shit recently, right? They've done a really bad job. Early on though, like the lore was really cool. It's a little bit difficult to follow. It's a lot of like MK lore, kind of like where it's a lot of stuff, kind of like Hunt Showdown lore, and it's like,
and then over time it just goes away.
I don't know where they get all the lore from, but I think there's books. I think there's books for Magic the Gathering. I think there's cards. I think some of the lore is in the cards, and it's
you
like
don't learn that way. You don't learn by reading. You need someone to.
I need somebody to put it into a 2-hour documentary on YouTube, and I will watch all of it, retain 50% of it, have to go back, watch, and get another 10%, and then I can semi-understand what's going on. But it's really cool. I mean, like, are they going to do it justice? Probably, because they'll have the cash, you know, just because it's solely, like, there's Magic the Gathering has a huge fan base. It's a lot of, like...
Did you watch the D&D movie?
Yeah, it was really good. Honor Amongst Thieves, I think is the one we watched. It was actually really good. I really enjoyed it. It was funny. It did.
I've been hankering to watch it just to throw something on for like waste 2 hours.
It's a fun little time. Yeah, I think even watch it with Zoe. I think she would enjoy it because Quinn and Oliver
would not.
Quinn and Oliver like fucking loved it.
Hey, speaking of things that kids like that adults don't like, you know, I thought Sonic 3 was fine.
Yeah.
I watched it, had a solid time.
Okay.
I think that I went to go see a movie last weekend.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know if you listened to last week's episode.
It was a time.
I buckled. I didn't buckle. It didn't cost me anything. I still had enough left over, but I essentially paid for a movie twice that I only saw once. And buddy, I
Regretted every second.
did not enjoy that movie.
Yeah.
And I understand that Dogman is not made for me, but I think that was the first time in maybe ever that I had fallen asleep during a movie in a theater.
That's crazy, man.
Dude, when Zoe would laugh, I'm like, fuck, I don't find this funny at all.
Damn, dude. You really hit like that dad stride right there. Yeah.
Like she had a great time, and that is literally all that mattered to me. But it was like when I was seeing Sonic, right? I was like, okay, like this is a good time, whatever. But like I'm watching this movie and I'm like checking my phone, I'm looking at my watch, I'm like, is it fucking time to go? Like,
yeah.
I'm ready for this and it took. I probably fell asleep within 25 minutes of the movie. I woke up at one point and I'm like, fuck, how much time do we have left?
Yeah.
And
I think it's written by the same people who did Captain Underpants. And from what I know about Captain Underpants is like very much so that kid humor that's just not funny to adults. Because like it was like a lot of the Captain
they
Underpants
really emphasize fucking butt cheeks, man.
Buddy,
I guess butt cheeks are funny.
they love drawing them. And that's I mean, to be fair, if I was a kid seeing little butt cheeks, that would be kind of funny.
Because like it would be the most bland animation and then like butt cheeks.
You know,
Goofy movie held up really well. And there's one scene in the Goofy movie where literally it's just like that scene where the little girl's taking pictures at the mall, and Goofy's all like, having this existential crisis, and he's like, I'm taking my son fishing, right? And
my son fishing.
and he runs off, and the little girl, like, all it is like the little girl gets out of her diaper and runs away, and it's just butt cheeks. My kids fucking died. They're like, holy shit, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. There's just butt cheeks. She just ran out there naked. That is hilarious. So I get it. More of that story is I get it. Butt cheeks are funny to kids. Can confirm.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's like farts, I guess. But it's just, I don't know, man. Because I had asked you what your kids thought about it, and you're like, they loved it, and I was like,
Quinn had a good time with it. He's
too, and I get it. And listen, I'm not shitting on it.
I want to say Shelby had the same kind of opinion you did, where she was like, "That's a movie,"
You said she laughed.
I think she probably laughed kind of like out of the same kind of way that you laughed. Whenever Zoe was laughing, like, aha, yeah.
I was laughing at Zoe laughing, not at the content. And
again, I'll have to ask her again tomorrow. But
I'm not speaking of the quality, because I understand on the onset that like, this is not made for me. I am not meant to enjoy this. And I think that with that though, like that's one of those things where like I don't get an opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's very smart. That's very very bold, very progressive of you. Yeah.
Like I understand that it is not for me. Had I not gone with my daughter, I never would have seen it to begin with.
Yeah.
But now that I've seen it, I'm like, yeah, I haven't, like, you know what I mean? Like,
you're not going to go to a blog or a forum and start writing a
Reddit
huge post
bitch about it.
Yeah, you're not going to give them like a 1 star on Rotten Tomatoes or something. It's like, yeah, it's trash to us because we're fucking 35 watching a kids movie. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's going to be trash.
But I mean, is there anything that you enjoyed at 7 that you've gone back and you watch and you're like, holy shit?
Beast Wars. Fucking horrible animation. I remember as being a kid and seeing the Transformers Beast Wars and being like, it's fucking cutting edge technology they're using. Like these things, I feel like they're gonna jump out of my screen.
N64 too.
Yeah, dude. And it's like you go back now and watch it. It's dog shit, dude. That is horrendous.
What's funny is
plot doesn't even make sense.
X-Men the animated series, not 97, the original X-Men. It does not hold up well. I love it. I have a nostalgia for it. When I envision certain characters, that's the version of the character that I envision, like visually. But it does not. I had tried multiple times to like watch it with Zoe on like Disney Plus.
Any kind of older game from like the N64 era too. Like you watch streamers go back and play like older games, and it's like I get that the reason they're playing it is for like streaming, right? But it's like it does not look good. It does not look like a fun time. But on the flip side
of that though, Batman the animated series, bro, still fucking phenomenal.
Teen Titans, really good. I think it still holds up.
Yeah, and it's I don't know how well Dragon Ball Z holds up. Probably not well.
I think that I would definitely notice the filler a lot more now.
It's super grainy too, right? Unless it's been
because they shoot it. I mean, it was designed for TVs that none of them got over like 720p.
That's another thing about the N64 and all that stuff too. Is
they were literally designed for TVs that were older. Like that's like the reason that the Super Nintendo and like all the pixelated graphics, they don't look as good on the newer TVs. Like if you try,
they look fine, dude.
But if they were designed for TVs that had the curved screens, because basically it would make them look more realistic because the pixels on the screens would be curved just the way that the TV works, or there's some science behind it or whatever. But it's a whole thing. It was designed for the time, But yeah, like none of the like One Piece. I think Netflix is supposed to be doing like an up-res version of the earlier seasons of One Piece, but I don't.
What's more annoying to you that when they make a One Piece Lego set, they call it Netflix One Piece?
I want to kick it down the stairs, dude. That pissed me off so hard because it's just the idea that like, it wasn't until Netflix
Moon Knight.
Yeah, it wasn't until Netflix picked this up that they really got popular. You fucking idiots. Dude, do you know how big the fucking One Piece universe is and how big it is as far as like sales and shit go? Like it's the most massive, like is the top of the top 3 mangas, right? The top 3 animes. Like it's One Piece. People fucking know it everywhere, right?
No, they don't.
So you're going to sit here and say that, Netflix picked it up and now it's getting popular. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Brother, I'm telling you, you're feeling it. You. Oh God, this
And
is
then
so
it's so stupid.
vindicating.
It's so stupid because like the only reason they're doing it right is so they can bring it to the Americas and like finally have that American market, because it would do shitty if it was like, oh, you can't have this Japanese One Piece like over here Lego sets because it won't sell. It would sell so fucking quick. Get that fucking Netflix off of it so fast, man. It pisses me off.
But I wonder if it's because Netflix owns the distribution or the licensing in America.
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. I don't know because it could
Licensing is weird, bro.
It could be that Netflix's property is the One Piece live action, right? And so like they're selling the Legos that are based off of the live action, and it's a way to get around the whole like, you know, it's a basically like a skirt around the actual, because they don't have to say like, oh, these are One Piece Legos. They're Netflix's One Piece Legos.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And it's gross, dude.
And it's fucking so scummy,
It's
man.
so
Give
gross.
me an actual Luffy. Like, I have no hate for the characters that played that or the actors that portrayed the characters in live action.
I bet it looks like the anime version and not the Netflix version.
You're fucking wrong, dude. It's gonna look exactly like this stupid fucking. And it's like that's my thing is that like.
But okay. How about this? What if all of the little minifigs are based on the anime, but it still is stuff that's based on the show?
Fucking dumb.
Outside of the characters.
It's fucking dumb, dude.
Would you be okay with having
just give me a One Piece Lego set? Don't put
Dude,
you ruin
because
everything about it by putting Netflix's name anywhere near it. I don't even care if it was like
that's me with like the MCU.
Yeah, because it's like you knew Moon Knight before it was Disney's Moon Knight, right? So it's like, but yeah, I can see how it's very infuriating for you to be like, go to purchase a figure and it's like, get Disney's figure of Disney's Moon Knight. It's like, shut the fuck up. This isn't your thing. Okay, you're not.
The worst part, and again, I've told this many times. The worst part is like that for that like 2 year time between when the show came out. Anytime I would have to go to a fucking comic book shop, I would have to talk about this thing that I've hated with every ounce of my life.
And then you get to talking to people who like it, and it's man,
because the question always becomes, "Oh, what'd you think of this show?" And it's like, "Motherfucker, I championed this character before you were in when you were in diapers,
when you were still in your daddy's ball sack."
Yeah, I fucking like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But then like I had posted a thing on Reddit the other day where, which is again, that's first mistake is going on Reddit.
Yeah.
The second one is posting. Or replying to somebody, but like
third thing is looking at the comments. What are you doing? Like, why are you doing this to yourself?
I was trying to find something. I was trying to live. I was trying to find something.
You're just looking for something to make you feel something, dude.
And the whole thing started with this guy was like, "I'm so tired of people that talking about like,
oh god, yes,
you know, whatever." And I read you my very articulate, well thought out response, and it was just the same thing where this guy was saying, "Oh, you know, you comic nerds need to lighten up such and such," and I was just gave all these like very well articulate points about like you know, just basically what I just said.
Yeah,
was like,
very anti-Reddit thing to do. Yeah, like have actual decent
like,
conversation with somebody about it.
It's so fun to turn an argument around on someone and be like, all those things that you just said for the reason you love the show are the same exact valid reasons why someone would hate that show.
Yeah.
Me and many others. And like, you know, blah, blah, blah. I champion this character. And I was like, but the funny thing is like people like me for the longest time, it was more so, especially when then like Netflix Daredevil and Punisher and stuff. That's when I really wanted. That's when I was like, dude, this is perfect. This is the perfect avenue for like Moon Knight to be live action. And then it's very much a case of, okay, yeah, I'm living in a Moon Knight renaissance, right? Because there are more people who are aware of this character. We have this Marvel, like a really good ongoing comic book written by a good pal, Jed McKay. Like he's a playable character in Marvel Rivals, which I won't even speak on.
Yeah, he's got his own video game now.
But much like this entire thing to get wrapped up in a nice little bow, like much like Netflix's One Piece.
Yeah.
I now live in a universe where the worst possible version of Moon Knight is the one that most people know.
Yeah.
That's the most infuriating thing because like I did all the work. I kept that fucking character relevant by buying shitty comic book series after shitty comic book series because I liked the character, and like I would buy the occasional statue that would come out every fucking 5, 6, 7 years. you know, they did. You only got one Marvel legend, you know, and it was just like everything was like, you know, and then like the MCU happens, all this bullshit comes out, and then like now the worst fucking version of this character is again the most. I wouldn't even say the popular. I mean, popular is I guess the correct word.
Yeah.
But it's like same thing with the Netflix One Piece. Like you're gonna have the layman who's gonna be like, "Yeah, I saw that show on Netflix."
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I think.
And it's and that's not.
Yeah.
And like that gets miscategorized as gatekeeping. I'm not gatekeeping. I'm just telling you.
That's
that
why I said like, you can
like,
enjoy the
it's wrong.
show. Yeah, yeah. Like, you can enjoy the show all you
Like,
want.
read the
Like
fucking book, please.
yeah, actors are fine in it. Like I have no issues with any of the casting they had. Like as far as I know, they did fine. But it's like to me, you just can't capture it. You can't capture One Piece in live action. I just don't. I've taken completely out of it when you make it a live action.
Aren't they doing another one that you like?
What do you mean?
Are they doing a live action for one?
They
of
did
them?
Yu Yu Hakusho where like I talked about like 2 episodes ago where like it
No,
actually
it's Naruto, right? Aren't
I don't know if Naruto's getting into live action or not, but
they need to, bro? I hope like Netflix picks it up.
they did they've done a few, but it's like
You're not gonna take the
I
bait.
know I'm not taking the bait, dude. But it's like I think that I'll lose it if because One Piece, like the good thing about One Piece is they'll never hold a flame to the actual anime or the actual manga because there's so much shit that they would have to cover. Like I think the first
Yeah,
season
but it's only popular because of Netflix, though.
you know
who would be okay? So what's Naruto's name?
it's Naruto.
No, what's his full name?
It's Naruto Uzumaki. Yeah.
It was okay. Who do you think if someone is going to be like live action? Like I know you're not great with actor names, but who would you pick?
For like
pick,
kid Naruto or teenage Naruto?
Well, I mean, you got to
it's
start
a
with
show.
kid, right?
Is the show based in like Shippuden or is this like when he was a kid?
You're asking me and saying words I don't understand.
Well, it's because like the whole
Well,
like
you have to dumb it down. Okay, you have to dumb it down
okay.
to make it
Are you
more
asking
appealing
me
to a broader audience.
Are you asking me? Because I think that Shippuden is probably more popular because it's where it takes place after he was a kid and the whole training arc and bullshit. Like there was like some good arcs and like the kid version of it, right? But it's like if you're going teenage, I think that that's probably where you want to take it, right? Unless you want to go back to the whole like story of, you know,
I feel like
who he is,
I mean,
how he got to like where, like why he's so. I don't.
who's a character.
Now you think about it.
Who's an actor that could play
Kid Naruto. Let's go with Kid Naruto because you want to start with the kid version first because you don't get a true sense of like how much he's overcome if you don't start as a kid.
Kids are not important. Okay, you got to start with teenager. Because again, you have to dumb this down for the American audience.
But then, like, if you go teenage, if you jump right into Shippuden, you don't understand the fact that like he was super tortured as a kid.
That's not important though. Like
and,
it's all about him collecting all the powers of the earth, right? The earth and fire same.
Hey, you're talking about the Avatar, dude. You're talking about the Avatar. You're just like learning earthbending. You want him to go fucking? We go learn firebending now, dude. Stop fucking. Okay, you're making a mockery right now of fucking ninjutsu. It's not like you just go pick them up like they're fucking collector's rings. Okay, all right. You have a specific style of ninjutsu you're born with, basically.
No, it's all the balls that come from space, the bowling balls.
I think you're talking about Dragon Ball now, dude. I don't even know, man. I think you just mix it up. I feel like it's a bit of a slight to me right now because just like you're mixing up all my mangas and my animes right now.
So Naruto.
Yeah.
Like before we end this, the perfect live action person to play Naruto.
Which one? The kid one or the teenage one?
Let's go teenage.
Teenager. Ah, shit, dude. Bill Skarsgård.
Logan Paul.
Oh, I'll kick you in the teeth if you making Logan Paul. I'll come to your house and be like, you did this.
Well, I mean,
you did this. You put it into the ether right now, dude. Fucking Jake's gonna come and be Sasuke or some shit with his dumbass.
Dude, Jake.
I hate that I added that in.
The Paul brothers.
They can't be brothers. They have to be
Naruto.
They can't be
No,
brothers.
it's Jake and Logan Paul present Naruto by Netflix.
I will burn the studio down.